Al,
Yes, that's me.
it is you.
Hello.
Remember back to 20 years ago, the year 1999.
Whew.
It's a long time ago.
It is a long time ago.
Back when the world was all prepping for the Y2K epidemic that turned out to be nothing.
Everybody aggressively playing Prince
Why were they aggressively playing Prince?
because tonight we're going to party like it's 1999.
Oh, I don't remember that song.
What?
I probably do if I'd heard it, but like off the top of my head, I don't.
You know he refused to play that song anymore after that.
I mean,
He's
that's
like
smart.
he's like, "You know what? I'm done. I'm done. Like I've played this song since the 80s. This is what it was about. We're over it. We're done."
You can't play it after 1999. That just defeats the purpose.
I agree.
That just makes you a nostalgia act.
Mhm. And Prince was never about nostalgia.
It's true.
Anyway,
1999. It was a simpler
yep.
time.
It was a simpler time.
I was 9 years old. I was a wee lad. A tiny boy.
Tiny, tiny.
Tiny boy. That is also where the subject of our episode today took place. The year it took place.
Mm-hmm.
1999. In a small town in Japan. Hello. Welcome to this week's episode of the Season Language Checkup OVA. It's a podcast. It's where we have conversations about video games, anime, and manga.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Jared. That's Doc Anne Ladyem.
Hello.
And it is once again time for our yearly look into JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Mm-hmm.
We have reached the end of part 4 as the English dub version finally wrapped up a few weeks ago. Now we get to talk about it. We get to talk about Diamond is Unbreakable. Which
I'm so excited.
It's not briefly, but we have talked about kind of the beginning parts of that with our look at the live action adaptation.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll be able to kind of skip over those parts, which is like 5 episodes. But
Yeah,
when we
and
discuss
also
this,
we're not going episode by episode because that'd be nuts.
no, we're gonna hit the brief bits here and there. But yeah, the 4th part of JoJo. You have watched 4 parts of JoJo. You have watched like what? Over 100 episodes of JoJo now?
Yeah, it's wild. I never expected this would be my life.
It's really true. Oh man.
What have I gotten myself into?
Good things.
No, I mean I completely agree with you. Like JoJo's the top tier of my like favorite anime at this point, but like I did not expect that when I started watching it on a whim.
And here you are.
Thanks, JYB. This is what you've done to me.
Here you are.
I will defend JoJo's Bizarre Adventure till I am dead. And even then, maybe beyond me being dead.
It is very good. Very good. Very good.
Very, very good.
Very, very good. So yeah, we've discussed the beginning parts of this. If you want to go back and listen to that, like a different version of the beginning parts, I should say, go check out our episode on the live action movie that they did, which basically runs up to the end of the Nijimura Brothers arc.
Mm-hmm.
And then basically after that it's fair game for everything else. So that is a total of like 34 more episodes, and things go just completely insane. They go from just the absolute bizarre to just the wackiest shenanigans that you can find imaginable, and everything in between.
Including the best JoJo episode that has been made.
It's really true. It is really true.
Oof, it's so good.
I think maybe one of the I don't remember if we talked about this in the movie episode, but like one of the big things that I think really helps this season in particular is that, it retains a lot of the same, stylistic trappings of the previous ones, where it's like, there's a bunch of action here and there, and the action is very stylized and all that sorts of stuff. But in between that, it kind of becomes this slice of life show as well, where like there is a bunch of downtime here and there, and you just get like characters just roaming around, living their everyday lives, and it's different in a way that you haven't really seen in JoJo, particular, because everything's kind of just been, go 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 go. Even like in Stardust, which had a longer episode run, it was more just like, every episode was, hey, we got to go find something regarding Dio and all this sort of stuff. Like there was never really any downtime. Like even if it was very minimum.
Yep.
So like you never really got that same kind of relaxation and like kind of just off the wall episode that you do in here, which happens quite a bit. And I think that's really something that helps this part out, like especially kind of distinguish itself from the other parts in particular, but also just like make it its own thing that makes it a lot just more enjoyable to watch.
Yeah, and I mean, like you sort of mentioned this, but the fact that like we're seeing like everyday stand users as opposed to just like the big guys that we know and love, like we're seeing more of like how this can affect just like regular dude down the street.
Yeah. And like even then, like there are everyday regular stand users, but not all of them like fit into like, oh, they're going to go save the world or be this ultimate villain. It's just like sometimes just people have stands and that's just the way it is. They help them with their business or something like that. Like they're not necessarily like this terrible person who's trying to take over the world and all that sort of stuff. It's just, hey, I'm a normal person. I have this ability. I guess I'm just going to kind of go with that. I don't know. Who knows? It's
fantastic.
Yeah.
And even if they are using it for like not the nicest of things, like the one like guy who tries to get people's like he tries to trick them out of their money, like that short dude with the like flat top hair that has the lock stand.
Yeah.
Like he's not a good guy, but he's just like a regular dude. He's like, yeah, I have this ability, I may as well use it to like swindle people out of their money.
Yeah, exactly. Then like eventually it'd be like, oh well, I've seen the error of my ways. I will now help.
Yep.
This season in particular also was different in the fact that like the aesthetics around it were a lot like I guess more different than the previous seasons had been. Like of course, one of the key things of JoJo is that like sometimes it'll turn into like this pastel color palette for like big dramatic scenes, but this one kind of just like takes that and just ramps it up to like 11.
And I personally think the art style in this one is way better than any of the other ones.
which was a common complaint of yours throughout the previous seasons, that you're like, I love the story, but this art style is just hot garbo.
Yep, I hated it. And now I'm like, oh, this is actually pleasant to look at. I like this. And then they're going to turn away from it.
They're going to turn away from it for next season.
Tragic. Because it's so pretty.
It is. It's definitely different from like the manga as well, because the manga kind of fits in more with like the more traditional style, but like it really does it does itself a service here by making itself like look very different, and it kind of like just fits the overall tone of this series, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it is a bit more like, as cheerful as you can get when you have a serial killer running loose, but like it's a bit more like lighthearted in certain parts of it, and like the style of it reflects that. Yeah.
Basically this season, or this part 4, kind of barrels down to two different sections, which the wiki kind of has it split up. The first half of the series is like hunting down the arrow that creates stand users, and then the second half is hunting down Yoshikage Kira. So yeah, like I said before, we have kind of covered the beginning parts of this series. So all the stuff about Josuke meeting Jotaro, them fighting Angelo, and then them fighting the Nijimura brothers, all that sort of stuff has already kind of been covered. The only difference, of course, is the ending of the movie is different from what actually happens. At the end of the Nijimura brothers arc, the stand user who has Red Hot Chili Pepper is the one who comes in and kills Okuyasu's brother.
Yep.
That is the big difference. And then
that brings in our old pal Joseph.
Yes, eventually.
Yeah, well, he comes because of the whole chili pepper thing.
Yeah. So after basically that arc happens, we have an episode based around Koichi that kind of sees his stand finally kind of come out, and that's that out of the egg. This deals with the stand user who has the lock stand. That is Tamami Kobayashi. His whole stand is that like it basically locks up a person, basically weighs them down with guilt, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And then basically that's how Koichi is able to unlock his stand of reverb or echoes, whichever you want to use, and get that all out. And then after that, there's another kind of off-brand episode, not off-brand, but kind of just like one-off episode where they have to fight another stand user by the name of Toshikazu Hazamada, who...
Is this the nerd?
Yeah, and basically his stand can like be like a dummy.
Yeah.
So Josuke and Koichi have to figure out a way to kind of stop that and everything. And then basically they stop these guys and basically are like, "Hey, now you're okay. You're going to ally with us now."
And they're like, "Sure, okay, whatever.
Please don't fight us.
Please don't fight us anymore. We got punched so much."
Following that, we go into the 2-episode arc that is basically that introduces Yukiko. Where
before we move on, correct me if I'm wrong, and I may be wrong, but the like nerdy dude, I was trying to look it up, but doesn't he have like a really big to us voice actor?
That's a good question. I don't think so.
Oh, he's Elliot in Trails of Cold Steel.
Okay.
And he was also Yamada and
Danganronpa.
Yep.
And he was in Sailor Moon as Arcade Boy and Zoisite.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
So he's somebody we knew.
Yeah.
Because I remember we were watching that episode and you're like, I know this voice, and you looked it up.
It's true, I knew the voice.
Sometimes that happens with us. We're just like, we know this voice. Which I guess we're eventually going to talk about. Yeah.
So Yukiko's I don't think she debuts here, but like she
shows up and like we find out that she has a crush, I think.
On Koichi. Koichi's like, hey, yeah, that's cool, I guess. And then Yukiko kind of just goes over the top with it and then kidnaps him and basically is like, you're going to learn how to be a smart boy. And if you don't, I'm going to torture you, essentially.
Yep.
And it's like, what? And the only way Koichi's able to kind of get out of it is that he's able to find a way to get a hold of Josuke and Okuyasu, and they come in and help him out. They send her off the cliff, but this is how the cliff becomes Boing Boing Cliff.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's able to bounce off and come back. Also, Koichi's stand evolves into Act 2 here.
Act 2?
That's how he produces the Boing Boing.
I think like he accidentally like he tries to use the phone and then they recognize like some kind of sound from there. They're like, there's only one place in Morioh that has that sound.
It's like, I think it's like the water.
Yeah, I think so.
Or something like that, essentially.
So they find him at Boing Boing.
Boing Boing. That leads us to the greatest episode in all of JoJo history.
Yee!
Which is literally entitled, Let's Go Eat Some Italian Food. And It is an episode about Josuke and Okuyasu going to an Italian restaurant and eating food.
Yep, that's what it's about.
That is the premise of this episode, and it is by far the most JoJo episode that we have ever seen.
By far.
It is astounding.
And also my favorite episode of JoJo any season so far.
It's so good.
It's so good. And it's just a normal episode.
Yeah.
As normal as this goes.
Like, essentially, it's about like this new chef who has kind of put up this restaurant. Everyone's having rave reviews about it. So Josuke and Okuyasu go to it, and they're like, this seems a little weird. Like, this food is really good. Then like their bodies start like violently reacting to it, but like once the violent reaction ends, like their bodies are like better.
Yeah. So the thing about it is that the chef is like, oh, I don't have a menu. I just like give you whatever I want to give you, and he can tell you like what's wrong with you by looking at you. And so like he keeps giving Okuyasu these foods, and like you said, the violent reaction, and Josuke's like, oh my god, like this guy's a stand user, something terrible is happening. And then Okuyasu's like, no man, like I haven't slept in and now I feel so well rested and it's amazing. and then like he has cavities and his cavities are cured and his teeth are just like violently ripping out of his head.
Mm-hmm.
It's hilarious.
Josuke sees like a dog eat some of the food, and like the dog like gets disemboweled.
Disemboweled.
And he's like, "Oh, this is real bad." So like they go in the kitchen and like, then like everything just seems fine. Like the dog's fine, everyone's okay, and then like they just realize, yeah, this is just real weird. And like the chef kind of just like talks to him about like the power he has and everything. He's like, I just want to use it to help people. I'm not trying to hurt him. Like I know it gives him this weird reaction, but like it's totally fine. And then like yeah.
I was gonna say like Okuyasu at one point has like an upset stomach, but it's all fine. But then like he has this the chef has a like violent reaction to the fact that Josuke like doesn't use soap at some point or something like that.
He goes into the kitchen and doesn't wash his hands.
Yeah. And he's just like, what are you doing?
It's so good. And then they're like they're cool with the chef. The chef becomes one of their allies.
Yeah.
And they just go there at random points.
Just eat
It's
Italian
so
food.
good. One of the big things though with this episode, it ends with Jotaro meeting with someone from the Speedwagon Foundation who informs him that one Joseph Joestar is on the way.
Yep.
Dun, 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 dun.
But really the key here is this Italian food episode is amazing.
Man.
It's funny. There's suspense to it. Like it's just beautiful, and it's so JoJo.
It really is.
But it's not even like we're fighting a villain. There's no fighting at all.
None. It's just like they're investigating what is going on here, and then they just find out, oh, this guy is just his stand's a little weird, but like it helps people, and he just wants to help people.
Really trying to help.
It's
and
really
I
good.
forget what his stand is called. Do you
Pearl
remember?
Jam.
Pearl Jam. Pearl Jam helps.
Which I'm guessing that got
please.
changed in the English.
Oh, it definitely had to.
This says it was changed to Pole Jam.
Can't even think of like a different, like, I don't know, what's a different rock we could have used?
I don't know, just call it Even Flow.
Even Flow, God.
That leads us into the Red Hot Chili Pepper bit of episodes. Of course, the stand is not called Red Hot Chili Pepper. You'll notice that a lot of the stands in here are definitely edited because of copyright concerns. So this becomes Chili Pepper, and they have to fight Chili Pepper, who has all this electrical power and can like go through electrical lines and all that sort of stuff. So it's a very difficult fight and everything. They have to figure out how to do that without being near like electricity and everything. All the while, they have to make sure they do this before Joseph comes into Morioh.
Yes. Also, I remember that, I don't remember how, but Okuyasu just like completely plays everybody and saves the day because he's the goodest boy.
He is the goodest of boys.
Man, I always get attached to the most bizarre characters in JoJo. Like, and this time I was like, Okuyasu is amazing! Last time was Polnareff. Like, I think it's just like the idiot pure boys. That I'm like, I love you and I want to protect you.
Apparently, it's at the end when the stand user Akira Otoishi he sneaks up on Joseph's boat disguised as a Speedwagon Foundation member, and Okuyasu is the one who stops him.
Yeah.
So that's how that all goes down. Also, Okuyasu like gets his arm cut off in this episode.
Yeah.
And then Josuke's like, "Here, let me heal you, buddy."
Casually heal your arm being cut off. But yeah, we have Joseph Joestar back in the game as a very, very old man.
He is a very old man.
And he has like memory issues.
He's not the same Joseph Joestar we saw 10 years prior in Star Wars Crusaders.
No, and I mean, obviously Josuke is a little like weirded out by him being there. Like he's not sure how to react to it because he's like, okay, this is my dad that I've heard so much about, and like, yeah, you've abandoned me for 16 years. Also, like, you abandoned my mom. You kind of suck. I don't like you, but like, you're here now. What do I do about this?
Yeah.
Like, ultimately, he is a teenage boy, and that's got to be weird.
Especially meeting your father, and it's like, this guy is like going senile, it seems. Like, is this really the same guy? Like, what is going on?
especially because his mom has like talked him up so
Yeah.
much his entire life.
Of course, in JoJo fashion, it goes in completely just insane direction. Um, so Josuke is basically taking Joseph around the town and everything. Joseph gets on a bus that he wasn't supposed to, and Josuke has to like run after him. They get off the bus and they're like, "Well, we gotta find another bus to get out of here." And then Joseph's like, his cane like gets picked up. He's like, or like he feels something tugging at his like leg, and he's like, "Josuke, there's something tugging at my leg." And Josuke's like, "Yeah, okay, old man, whatever." And then like Joseph's cane gets thrown, and he's like,
Uh,
and then he sees like handprints and like feet prints in this wet cement, and you get the classic Joseph, "Oh my god,
yep. Yep.
there's a stand here." And Josuke's like, "Yeah, okay, old man." And he sees like there's a dog that shows up, and the dog starts like growling at this thing, and the dog goes for the whatever the stand is, and immediately as it happens, like Josuke turns around and Joseph like uses Hermit Purple to grab it, and it's an invisible baby.
Invisible baby. Throw it in the ocean.
Well, that actually happens.
I know.
Yep. So like that gives you like a hint of like, oh, the old Joseph is still there in parts. Like he's not all the way there, maybe.
Yeah.
But like he is still there underneath everything, and Josuke's like, oh, okay. So yeah, like they have an invisible baby. That's the stand's ability, is that the baby is invisible. They buy a bunch of baby supplies and like dress the baby up, put some makeup on it so they can see it and all that sort of stuff. Also,
the clothes will go invisible as well if the baby gets too upset, and also like
body parts. Yeah.
Joseph blows through
Josuke's allowance.
savings.
Yeah. So yeah, if the baby gets too upset, like it'll even like make people's arms and stuff like go invisible. So like Joseph's hand goes invisible at one point.
Yep.
The baby goes into the water, like you said. Joseph's like, I'll figure out a way to find this baby. Let me slit my own wrist.
He slits his wrist.
That allows Josuke to find the baby. They're able to rescue the baby.
Heals Joseph.
Mm-hmm. And that gives Josuke like a little bit more like respect for Joseph. He's like, okay, this guy isn't maybe that bad. Also, Joseph now just takes care of this invisible baby.
It's just his invisible baby now.
It is literally his invisible baby.
He's adopted this child.
Yeah. Which like by the time at the end comes up, they're like, yeah, he just totally adopted this kid. He names it Shizuka.
Is very.
And the baby has a stand that's named Octung Baby.
Octung Baby.
Which is real good.
That's really good. But also, like, that's some character development right there that he gives this baby a Japanese name. Mm-hmm. Considering how, like, aggressively anti-Japanese he was.
Yeah.
But also, like, I'm kind of concerned that this, like, 70, 80-year-old man is raising a baby.
I mean, he seemed to be doing fine.
He's a little...
He is old.
He's a little not there.
Yeah, but like everyone was like, yeah, he's doing a fine job. He's doing the baby. Also, it's interesting as well that like he has like the wherewithal to be like, okay, like I have to take care of this baby, even though like I went to Japan to find my illegitimate son. Suzy Q is going to murder me, and he's like, yeah, I'm bringing back another kid.
Yeah, I mean the fact that like Suzy Q is going to absolutely murder him because of his illegitimate son. And he's like, oh, by the way, I met my illegitimate son. Also, I brought home this baby. Also, it's an invisible baby.
I feel like that one he could kind of explain a little bit more better. Like, hey, like he would have to have Jotaro there with him.
Yeah.
To like back him up. Like look, this baby is invisible. Like we couldn't find the mother. We tried. And, I guess we're gonna take care of it. It's the only logical idea I had. Because who else is going to take care of a stand baby? Jotaro's just back there like, yeah, I'm thinking about my doctorate about this
starfish.
The starfish I saw in Morioh. But yeah, old man, you were right. Yori. So yeah, that's how Joseph gets reintroduced.
Yep.
And then we meet one of the other big main characters of this arc, in Rohan Kishibe, who will become a big prominent member, or like a big prominent character going forward, like post Diamonds Unbreakable, because he's basically the main character that Araki has used for like side stories that are related to Diamonds Unbreakable.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's we watched the OVAs of Thus Spoke Rohan, and then he also made like Rohan at the Louvre, which I've read, which is very JoJo.
I need to get that. It's on my wish list.
It's good. Like it is very much like you'll read it and be like, okay, yeah, this is JoJo. But yeah,
is this where we're gonna address the voice actor?
Yeah. Rohan has a good voice actor in Japanese.
Yeah.
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 He's the Japanese Cloud Strife and Crow and someone else. But in English,
someone else.
I forget who the other. There was like a third person I mentioned. I forget who it is. In English, though, it becomes very complicated.
Yes.
Because obviously they probably cast this and recorded everything before all the allegations came out behind Vic and everything. Yeah. So that was one of the downsides that like he is just throughout this. They didn't recast him or anything. I don't know if it was just because, hey, they've already had all the stuff in the can and everything, so they really couldn't.
Yeah.
But like he was the voice of this, and it was very just awkward throughout.
Yeah.
But hey, look, when Funimation's lawyers and Sony's lawyers are coming back at you like, hey, you're a we're gonna take you to court for your lawsuit and everything, he's probably gonna be in some deep. So
he should be in deep. He sucks.
Goodbye, you piece.
Yeah, get out of here.
But Rohan is essentially, he's a manga artist, and he has a stand called Heaven's Door, which is able to peer into a person's inner thoughts and everything by peeling back the pages of them, essentially. Koichi kind of gets like enthralled with him because he knows who like this guy is, and he's like, oh, I want to meet him and go around his studio and everything. Josuke and Okuyasu are just like, whatever. It eventually becomes like a thing where Koichi kind of gets like brainwashed by Rohan, so Josuke and Okuyasu have to come back and figure out a way to save him. Rohan basically has mostly like the upper hand on everyone, but then he insults Josuke's hair and then gets the kicked out of him.
Yeah, because the thing with Josuke and his hair is that like he kind of goes into a blind rage and he can't hear or like see anything.
Mm-hmm.
So anything that Rohan is saying to him or doing, he's just like, nope, I don't care. I can't do it. You've insulted my hair. So yeah, he loses.
Yes. They also they talk about the backstory behind like why Josuke does that, and it was about like how when he was like 4 years old, he came down with like a real bad fever and everything, and like was really, really sick. Apparently he saw a student with the same hairstyle he has now help him and his mom get to the hospital in a blizzard, and that's what made him take that hairstyle and everything, and why he cherishes it so much. There apparently have been like a lot of rumors of like,
I've seen the rumors
of, like people being like, is that Josuke who time traveled, and Araki basically will never say anything about it.
Yeah,
he never talks about it. So who knows?
But I also just like the idea of it just being like a regular dude who like helps out, and like it just like I like that it's just not anything supernatural, not anything fancy. It's just a guy.
Yeah,
I like that.
So they beat up Rohan and he becomes an ally.
Yep. As you do.
The next episode sees Jotaro and Josuke fighting a rat.
Oh god, the rat.
Whose stand is rat with the two T's, round and round.
Round and round.
So yeah, they have to go fight a rat, and this is where like we get to see a lot of Jotaro using the world and also getting beat up, and Josuke having to like shoot bullets at this rat. It's real weird.
It's real weird and like
real weird.
Kind of gross at points, like
because like
Jotaro's like limbs decompose at certain points.
Yeah, the rat has an ability to like shoot at you, and if like you get hit by it, like it just like it swells up your arm and everything, like makes it like just real grotesque and like destroys it essentially.
And Jotaro just keeps getting hit over and over.
Yeah. And of course they're like, Josuke, you cannot get hit or else you will not be able to heal yourself. Yep. That would be very bad.
Yep.
So yeah, they deal with a rat.
As you do.
As you do. The following episode sees Rohan go on a weird adventure and finds a mysterious road that does not exist. He finds like purgatory.
Yeah.
This is where we get like the backstory behind Reimi Sugimoto, who we kind of talked about in the live action episode that they reference her in this. She and her dog were murdered 15 years ago, and they basically are stuck in this like alleyway that is where, you know, people, or it's like a place where it is in between like life and death, essentially.
Yeah. So she was stabbed in the back pretty viciously, and her dog's throat was slit.
Yes.
And you see the dog's throat, but you never see her wound. She shows them multiple times, but you never see it.
The main thing here is that like you can never look behind you, or else like you'll just get taken away
by the demon arms.
By the arms. So she explains that like how she was murdered and everything, and like is trying to find people who will like stop this, because like that murderer's still out there, and she wants their help, essentially. Koichi's also there, and that's how like he learns about everything as well. So they figure all that out, and this is basically the lead up to where like we're getting introduced to Kira and everything.
The Kira arc.
Yeah. Rohan goes like to Reimi's grave afterwards and meets an old man there and realizes that like he was actually friends with her before she was murdered. And then we this is the first time we see Kira.
Yeah.
Because he drives home with a woman's hand.
Yep.
Like a
weirdo, casually.
Like a pervert.
Yeah, he has several moments with hands in the series, but yeah, I remember when we both like saw this episode, we're like, "Oh, that's a hand."
So after that serious episode, of course, you're thinking like, "All right, we're gonna go dive into things." No, we're gonna go learn about the lottery.
You know, as you do.
This introduces Shigekio, who has the stand Harvest, which is like it's basically a lot of tiny little stands that go around and pick stuff up for him. Josuke and Okuyasu meet this dude, and then they con him into winning the lottery.
Yep.
And basically, it just becomes this comedy of errors of them like trying to con a bank into giving them the reward, getting the reward, and then trying to figure out a way to split it up between them, and everyone being greedy about it.
Yep.
It's just ridiculous. Very ridiculous.
But it's a start of a friendship.
It's a start of a friendship.
Sort of.
It's so ridiculous. After that, Yukiko meets the stand user who has Cinderella, Aya Tsuji, who has this beauty parlor that basically like can give you a new face. So she does that to try and make Koichi fall in love with her, and
he wants to woo Koichi.
She's able to do it, but then like once the stuff like that she's done starts to go away, it basically like makes your face like deteriorate and everything. It makes you real ugly.
You're supposed to use a certain lipstick within a few hours of having the treatment done to keep the face, and she forgets to do that, and so her face starts deteriorating, and she's like, I can't be around anybody, especially not Koichi, not like this.
So yeah, that all happens, and then like Koichi confronts Aya and Yukiko about it. Aya basically challenges Yukiko and Koichi to like find like Yukiko's real face again, and she's like, Koichi, you have to do this. So Koichi basically does the thing, and like he's like, hey, if you do this wrong, like she's basically gonna be real messed up, or she'll be blind, she'll never see you again, but if you find the real face, she'll be fine. And then basically Koichi's able to find the right face, kind of Aya kind of just like gives it to him, because she's like, hey, you know, you're being real here, like here you got this, and she makes Yukiko back to normal. And that's like the kicking off point of Yukiko and Koichi's relationship.
Yeah, because they smooch in this episode.
They do smooch.
Get some smoochins.
It's kind of one of the things I was like kind of disappointed about with this series, just because like I guess like there wasn't enough time for it, but like I would have liked to see like more of their relationship fleshed out.
Yeah. Because
it's kind of like this happens, and then like everything goes right into Kira, so like you don't really get much else of it. So you don't get to see
them like every once in a while together, but
yeah,
like, that's about it.
But like I thought it would just been interesting to see like how they are just like everyday normal life. It's like how they interact with like the others and everything. Like like I read something like how like Josuke like essentially just tolerates Yukiko. Like he's like, you make my friend happy, so I will be okay with this. But also, you kind of did some stuff earlier, so I'm not okay with that. So we're just gonna kind of like be like this.
I mean, that's kind of how I would be about that.
Yeah.
Is that like, yeah, she did some pretty terrible junk, but like Koichi's super happy, so like tolerate.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she also like learns a little bit, but I she does have her moments where you can definitely tell she would like go to bat for Koichi and destroy whoever tries to touch him.
Like at this point, she is ride or die for Koichi.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, that's a good ally to have.
Yeah, no kidding. Nobody touch Koichi. She will appear out of nowhere and just murder whoever's trying to get him.
So this leads us right into the Kira arc, which basically from this point onwards, it is all about finding Kira and taking him down, essentially. So we begin basically with a few episodes where we learn about who he is, like what he has done, essentially, and it becomes like this whole thing where he has like this hand in a sandwich bag, and then Shigekio also buys a sandwich from the same shop, and they swap bags essentially, and it's all this like this weirdness of Kira trying to get his bag back, so people don't realize there's an actual hand in there, and all this just ridiculousness. It basically goes all the way up to like where Kira's inside like the school that Shigekio goes to, like hiding because he wants to get that bag back, but it's has to hide from Shigekio, Josuke, and Okuyasu as well. It's
like
all just
under
ridiculous.
gym equipment.
Yeah, it's very ridiculous. At the end, Shigekio is able to find out like there's a hand in that bag, and Kira also sees that, so like he basically comes to the conclusion, I have to murder this young child.
Yes.
And that's where you see his stand Killer Queen for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Or Deadly Queen, if you're the English version. So yeah, Kira murders Shigekio. Shigekio
obliterates him.
He blows him up. Shigekio's trying to like go find Josuke to tell him what happened, but he blows up
into like nothing. There's nothing left of him, and like what's her face? Ghosty girl. Raimi sees him like in the purgatory area, like blow up, and she's like, "What?
Like that's not good."
Yeah.
Also, I
think she realizes like, oh, he's done it again.
Yeah, one of the members of Harvest comes up to Josuke and gives him like a button off of Shigekio's like jacket.
Yep.
Or off of Kira's jacket, excuse me, and then like they go to Raimi, and then she's like, yeah, he's dead. And they're like, like, oh yeah, by the way, it's the same person who killed me. So that leads them to like trying to find out like where this button was, and like going to where the jacket apparently had been repaired and all that sort of stuff. I think this is also like where you see like all of the allies of Josuke and everyone like just hanging out. Like, so it's like it's Josuke, Koichi, Okuyasu, Yukiko, Italian Chef Man, Aya, Jotaro, and Rohan, like all together, like plotting out like what they're gonna do, which is like it was this weird like thing of having them all together, but it was like really cool to see like
it was really cool.
Here's like the main fighting group and like their kind of support allies as well coming together to try and like figure out who this guy is and like how we're gonna stop them.
Like, do we have any clues? How can we figure this out? It's great, and it's the first time we really see anything like that.
Yeah. So Jotaro and Koichi go to the shop, and they're like they get the owner, and he's about to tell them like who it belongs to, and then the owner just blows up.
Yep.
Because of Killer Queen's second ability, Sheer Heart Attack, which is what we saw at the end of the JoJo live action movie. So this becomes
like a remote control, like bomb robot thing.
Yeah.
That is heat seeking.
It's heat seeking, and basically once it has like a lock on you, it will never stop coming after you.
This part's hilarious because we were watching it and you're like, oh man, Koichi's you. And you watched it before I got to. And so I went back and watched it later. And I was like, oh yeah, Koichi is me here. Because Koichi like straight up about the fact that like the stove isn't gas.
Yes. And
I was like, Koichi, I feel you on a spiritual level there, buddy. Like, I also am upset when a stove is not gas. He's like, what is this? It doesn't even get hot. I don't know why that voice like crack happened, but it seemed very Koichi-like.
I feel it. So Jotaro and Koichi are in some rough shape. They have to try and find who the jacket owner is, but Sheer Heart Attack is just trying to just obliterate them at all times. They realize that like it's heat seeking and all that sort of stuff, and try and find a way to lure it away from them, involving like using an oven and all that sort of stuff. Eventually, Koichi evolves Reverb or Echoes into Act 3, and he's able to use like his ability to like kind of just like force a bunch of weight onto Sheer Heart Attack and stop it, and that takes like there's a scene where like Kira is like just having like a cup of coffee at like a cafe or something outside,
Yep.
and like once that happens, you see like his hand just go whoop, right to the ground, and he's like
Everyone's like, "Sir, are you okay?" "Yes, everything's fine.
I'm okay."
Everything's good. Also, Koichi, his Act 3 stand is hilarious.
Yes.
He like wears board shorts, but also he spells out curse words. So it's like SHIT.
It's really good.
Like what?
It's a very sassy stand.
The most sassy of stands. Like it's so funny. This stand. Like every time he does something like that, I'm like, oh my god, this dude. And he's really like the most vocal stand that we have.
It's true.
But yeah, he's sassy and kind of fits Koichi really.
So all that happens, Josuke and Okuyasu show up eventually, and then Kira shows up and is able to get out of the range of Act 3, because Act 3 has a very limited range compared to the other versions of Reverb or Echoes.
Mm-hmm.
Kira beats the crap out of Koichi.
Like he almost dies.
Yeah. He Koichi learns who Kira actually is. Jotaro's been out of commission for a while because I think he got hit by a blast. He's able to stop Kira from murdering Koichi, and then Josuke and Okuyasu show up to heal both of them. Kira like cuts off his own hand to let Sheer Heart Attack get a free and everything, and Josuke heals Kira. He's like, here's your hand back to your body. Or they heal the hand so like it'll follow him back to his body to find out where he is essentially.
Yeah.
They realize he went to the salon where Cinderella and everything is. Kira murders Aya and has her replace his face with someone else.
Yep.
So they don't know who Kira is now. He has a new identity, but they realize this is very bad. But they know who he is, but they just don't know who he looks like now.
So like the next part of this is just them trying to figure out like whose body he's taken.
Mm-hmm. And then that leads us to they go find Kira's house. They search through it. I'll find all his weird toenail clippings and all that stuff.
He gets murderous rages and his fingernails grow a certain length.
Mm-hmm. And then they meet his dad.
His weird ghost dad.
Yes, who's like trapped in photographs and flying around in photographs. Also, he has the bow and he has the arrow.
Look at this photograph.
Every time I do it makes me laugh.
Yes, so he has the bow and arrow, and he's like, I have to get allies for my son.
Mm-hmm.
Yay!
He's able to escape everyone and with an arrow and everything, so that happens. Then we see who Kira is now. He has assumed the identity of Kosaku Kawajiri, who has a wife named Shinobu and a son named Hayato.
Mm-hmm. And they have a very unhappy marriage,
yes.
And they were just kind of like forced together because of Hayato.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's just been like, God, I hate you so much. Repeatedly. It's
true. Of course, after that, it's going to be another big serious episode, right?
Totally.
No, we're just going to see Rohan try and play some junkin with a little kid.
That kid's so weird.
He wants to play. It's rock paper scissors essentially.
Rock paper scissors, yeah.
And just keeps wanting to play even if he loses and everything. But his stand is able to like if it wins, it steals energy from you, so he can like effectively steal stands and everything.
Yep.
So like Rohan's like, I gotta take care of this. Oh no. That involves basically taking the invisible baby from Joseph. So that the baby will change what the kid throws out. Also, the kid's stand is boy to men.
Amazing.
Too bad the kid has to come to the end of the road. But he stops using his stand for bad things. This kid was one of the first people that Kira's dad hit with the arrow to try and help, which clearly helped.
Yeah, super helped.
This is also the episode we watched together, which was fun.
Yeah.
Following that, again, you're like, well, we got to get back to the serious stuff, right? No, we find an alien.
I love the alien boy.
They find a weird person. Josuke and Okuyasu come across a weirdo who's named Mikitaka Hazakura, who's like, I'm an alien. And they're like, yeah, okay,
they find
buddy.
him sleeping in a crop circle.
You're an alien. But then like he just does like some weird things. And like maybe you're an alien.
Like pulls ice cream out of his bag, and they're like, how do you just have ice cream that's not melted in your bag? And he's like, because I'm an alien. They're like, oh, okay.
He does not like sirens. He is very freaked out about sirens.
He is allergic to sirens.
Yes. He turns himself into shoes at one point to get away from sirens. They realize he's not really a stand user because like he can't see Crazy Diamond. So like, I guess you're okay. And then Josuke's like, well, you got this transformation ability, buddy. What if you help me get one over on Rohan? So he's like, oh, I'm going to make you turn into a pair of dice, and you're going to help me scam some money out of Rohan.
Yep.
And then it just becomes this most ridiculous thing of like Rohan being like, you're cheating. I know you're cheating. I don't know how you're cheating, but you're cheating. And Josuke's getting more and more just like perturbed about this.
He's like, I'm not cheating. How would I be cheating? Maybe you're cheating. I mean...
Rohan stabs himself and then puts up like 2 million yen to be like, all right, I'm going to find how you're cheating and all this. And then
also, he has like a magnifying glass at one point.
He does.
He's like looking to see what's wrong with the dice, and he can't figure anything out.
The end of the game happens when Rohan realizes his house is on fire.
Yep.
That's how Josuke's able to get away.
Yep, because the sirens from it also mess up the alien's ability. But yeah, so that magnifying glass that he pulled out to look and figure out how he was cheating, the sun caught it and set his house on fire. And I saw a Tumblr post once. It was like, Josuke is not a good boy. He set a man's house on fire. And they're like, no, he was present when a man set his own house on fire.
He did not commit arson. The homeowner committed arson.
He did not commit arson. It was not his fault.
It's not his fault. Not his fault.
He is a good boy.
So Rohan and Josuke have like this beef now, and Rohan's like really mad at Josuke. They ride a bus the next day, and Rohan sees like this window through the tunnel they're going through, and he sees like someone who he thinks is a victim of Kira. So he's like, that's bad. So Rohan tries to go there, and Josuke's like, no, don't do that. I'm not going with you. We're enemies now. Rohan goes into the room and finds a new stand called Highway Star, because of course it like sucks the nutrients out of you, and then like it's one thing it has that like it will basically chase after you at like a speed of like 60 kilometers an hour. Yep. So as long as you're faster than that, you can get away. But if you're not, it will like latch onto you with like its feetsies.
Yeah, its little feetsies are weird.
So they got to find out who the stand user is, and then they figure out like, oh well, this person was hospitalized from a traffic accident, probably using all these nutrients to heal himself. So let's go find them. They find this dude whose name is Yuya Fungami. He's like a low level like gangster essentially, kind of. He's like a biker gang type guy, kind of, essentially. He's got these ladies with him and everything. They go there, and then Josuke's like, I'm gonna beat the crap out of you. Take all your nutrients.
His ladies are weird because he has like these 3 groupies that follow him around, and he weird stuff to him. He's like, "When have you was on your period?" And it's like, ugh.
He has a good nose. That was his thing.
Yeah, because he could say like he like knows that they've been sitting on like vinyl seating because of their sweat, and it's like, ew, you're gross.
What the heck? So yeah, Josuke basically gets him to stop and everything, heals his injuries and everything, and this dude becomes an ally at one point now.
Yep, as you do.
Also, at the Kawajiri household, which we have kind of been neglecting, the wife finds a cat in the basement.
Yep.
That leads us to an episode called "The Cat Likes Yoshikage Kira." So they find that like the cat has a hole in its throat.
Yep.
And then
I
they
wonder
they
how that
bury the
happened.
cat. The cat comes back to life. Is now a plant, which is now called Stray Cat. It has the ability to control air and everything. It's very dangerous. It has a grudge against the wife. Kira like saves her essentially, and then
Mhm.
like throws it up in the attic.
Yep.
Hayato comes like finds it in the attic and realizes like that like if it gets exposed to sunlight, it will wake back up and gets like attacked by it, and then is able to kind of like get the lights out and everything, but it's still real sketchy. Uh, Also, Hayato realizes that Kira is not his actual real father.
Mhm.
His father has been taking place. This leads us to a wild set of episodes that all take place on July 15th, which was just a few days ago, like last
Was
week.
this
It would have been last week by this point. This when this goes up.
um wait, no, July 15th. It's
Oh,
June.
sorry, June. Yeah, you're right. July 15th. Next month, the 20th anniversary of all these weird things happening on a Thursday in Morioh.
This isn't the part where he has the weird shower with his son, is it? No, that's later.
It might be at the end.
Or maybe they just have two weird shower moments, because that may be a thing.
I think it's at the end of this because that's when this stuff happens. We'll get to
Kira
it.
just really loves to be naked in front of
He gets naked. You see his ass a lot.
You see his butt so much, and like his new son's like, please stop being dong out around me, sir. It's very creepy.
It's true. So Hayato's been following around Kira and everything. Josuke and Okuyasu, with their alien friend, come across a new stand user who is Toyohiro Kanadaichi, who's living on an electrical pylon, just hanging out there. You come within like his domain, you basically are stuck there forever because of his stand. Superfly. So they Josuke and Okuyasu have to try and figure out a way to stop that and get out of it and everything. The alien helps Josuke escape, but he becomes trapped there himself. And he's like, yeah, whatever, it's fine. I'm an alien after all. While that's happening, Rohan, who's been also like trying to find where Kira is, sees Hayato and like a couple pictures show up and tries to like figure out what the connection is there.
Mm-hmm.
Rohan then gets met by like this weird architect who comes to like see how like his what it's going to take to fix his house from the fire. He realizes this dude is like really acting real weird because he keeps like not showing people his back. Like he'll just like rub up against a wall to make sure no one sees his back. He uses Heaven's Door to find that he has this weird aversion to looking at like have people looking at his back. He's like, that's real weird.
It's got that weird like clingy on stand
Yes.
thing.
So yeah, that's like once eventually like Rohan looks at the dude's back. Essentially, he's like the stand that was on this dude's back clings over to Rohan and also murders the dude in the process.
Yep.
So that's a bad thing. Also, Koichi gets kidnapped.
Yes.
So Josuke enlists the dude who they just beat up in the hospital. Like hey, we need your nose to find our buddy. Josuke encounters a new stand user whose name is Teranosuke Miyamoto, who traps people on pieces of paper. This is also where we get to see one of the most iconic scenes from the series where Josuke is opening up a piece of paper and then a gun just comes out of it.
A gun comes out of the paper.
It's real good. So Josuke has to figure out a way to get like his mom and Koichi back and everything. Make sure they don't get shredded up in a shredder of paper and everything. It's all just really wild. This other stand user basically gets thrown into a book, and that's how they stop him. Koichi's back, and Rohan's like, "Hey, I need you to help me. There's a thing on my back. Its name is Cheap Trick, by the way." Rohan tries to get to the hotel without anyone seeing his back, which is a very just hard thing to do. He goes into this neighborhood that like has all these like animals that then the stand like makes the animals all mad at him. So they have to so they're gonna come in and like get him. Koichi's able to like save him essentially. Koichi tries to like rip it off with echoes, can't do it. Basically, if he rips it off, he'll like rip off Rohan's back.
Yikes.
And then essentially they decide, hey, let's bring this stand to Raimi's weird alley, and then we'll just get it dragged into the netherworld.
Yep. I was trying to look up because Rohan has some kind of like weird thing in his house for the insurance. Like he has some kind of like furniture or something that was just so bizarre. For some reason, I'm thinking it's like the furniture from like Pretty Woman.
I don't remember.
It's something super weird that he has that is like a
Let me
huge
see if there's any
insurance claim.
like trivia in this. Big meows.
He
I
says,
don't know.
I heard something about a stray cat. I'm not a stray cat, but I'm a cat.
I'm a kitty cat.
A dance, dance, and a dance, dance.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just something very bizarre, and I tried to look it up, but I couldn't find it. But he has some kind of like really odd furniture that he's claiming on insurance.
It makes sense.
It's hilarious.
Also, during this entire day, Hayato follows Kira to one point where he sees Kira murder like this couple.
Yep.
So he's like, Hayato's going to set up a bunch more cameras and everything that will help him get more evidence in case like he needs to use this for whatever reason, which is going to come up here very shortly. Because Kira like kind of accidentally kills Hayato.
Yeah, whoops.
That's true. This is when they're in the bath together and he's like bonks him over it. It's because he learns that like the Rohan and the others they've narrowed down Kosakaku Kawajiri as a suspect. Also, Kira gets hit with a stand again, or the arrow again.
Yep.
And that gives Killer Queen a new ability called Another One Bites the Dust. Hayato's alive the next morning and like nothing has happened. He sees like a bunch of like weird things that have happened. Like Kira has like this new hairdo, which is like just weird slicked back hair.
It's weird slicked back hair with like black and white lines in it. It's very strange.
Weird. Hayato goes to school and then runs into Rohan, who uses Heaven's Door to read his memories. He reads a bunch of pages that have like say, "Hey, Kira is my dad" and everything, but also like, don't read anything further, and he does. And then if you read further, bad things will happen. Rohan reads further. That activates the bomb that's inside Hayato, which is Bites the Dust, and it kills anyone who will find it. It kills anyone who finds out that Kira is Kira.
Yep.
Through Hayato. So
he explodes.
He explodes, and then at the end of the episode, basically Hayato like finds himself warped back an hour because of the. Also, another one of the effects of Bites the Dust is that like it makes you basically do a Groundhog Day effect.
Yep. So he has to repeatedly see all these people die.
He does. Hayato tries again. He's able to kind of avoid Rohan, but then runs into Josuke, or not Josuke. He runs into Jotaro and Koichi.
Yep.
And then Josuke, Okuyasu, and Rohan all show up. They like pester him and like they find out like who he is. Like, hey, we've seen you in this photograph. Like, what is going on with you? And basically Hayato tries to find ways to maneuver out of it, but he's unable to. He gets basically pestered like, hey, do you know who Yoshikage Kira is, essentially? And then that kind of starts the chain reaction of them getting blown up, and then Hayato has to redo the morning again.
Yay!
So he tries to find a way to figure out, like, how am I going to upset the flow of this morning? Because, like, Kira knows what's happening. He's, like, following him now. So Hayato takes Stray Cat from the attic, puts it in his backpack, and is like, I'm going to wait for Kira to show up, and then I'm going to launch an attack at him and try and murder this dude. So he's able to do that. He's able to launch an attack from Stray Cat into Kira, but Kira is able to protect himself because he had a watch in his jacket from like where he got coffee spilled on his hand earlier in the day because of what Hayato had done, and things are still bad.
Yeah, things are very bad.
Things are very, very bad. Kira is like, haha, you suck, little kid. I am the mighty Yoshikage Kira. I am never going to die. And then here comes Josuke. He's like, oh, did you just say Yoshikage Kira? Hello. What's up?
I'm Josuke.
I'm Josuke. So because of that, Kira has to like take Bites the Dust away from Hayato, which basically undoes everything that's happened, so no one else is going to get blown up currently, because they're going to fight now. So he gets into a fight with Josuke and Okuyasu. He's able to take Stray Cat away and use the shots to make bombs that are very bad, including messing up Okuyasu.
And Josuke goes over and is like trying to heal Okuyasu, but Okuyasu's not coming back.
And also Hayato's like, hey, he's probably a bomb. Like, you do not want to touch him.
Yeah, don't touch him because he is a bomb. Which is yikes. But he eventually keeps telling him, like, you have to leave him. He's dead. Mm-hmm. And he's like, no, don't say that. He's not dead. Yeah.
So that gives like Josuke a big decision, but then like Hayato figures out like, oh, he probably can only do one bomb at a time, so like, let me do this. Like, Hayato runs over to Okuyasu, gets blown up himself, allows Josuke to heal him and also get Okuyasu so he can heal him as well. Like, Hayato becomes like the smartest character in all of JoJo in like these last like 10 episodes.
Right?
And also
he's not
like,
even a stand user. He's
like, all right, I'm gonna do all this, whatever. They get another bomb gets launched at him, but they're able to kind of get out of the way. This is where you see that the weird shield thing from the game comes into play here for like the first time ever.
The like earth shield thing.
Mm-hmm. And then also Okuyasu's still not like waking up or anything, so like Josuke is like very much fearing the worst.
Yeah. He's kind of having flashbacks here to the whole situation with his grandpa where he just didn't get to him in time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, Loki just brought me a potato and put it in my shoe.
Oh, which is very worrying for us because we were like, oh, Okuyasu's a good boy. Why would they kill him? It was very bizarre though because it felt very low key.
Yeah.
In the way that like if this was an actual death, they would have probably made it more of a big deal.
Well, I mean, you say that, but then like think about how Abdul died.
Yeah.
Like Abdul died with like no fanfare whatsoever. He just disappeared.
Which time?
The actual time that he died, when he was just arms.
Well, they showed like literally him and Iggy's spirit
later
going away. Like they never showed anything for Okuyasu here.
Yeah, but that was later that they showed that. So you didn't.
I didn't think that was later. I think that was like at the end of that episode.
There was a conversation that we had that was like, did he actually die? I think it was the next episode we saw it.
Well, regardless, like Okuyasu, by the time the next episode comes around, he's still just laying around, so like it was still kind of like up in the air.
Yeah, but it's really affecting Josuke's state of mind anyway. Mm-hmm.
So like Josuke and Hayato like go into a house and try to hide, and Kira is able to figure out his location and send air bombs after him.
Josuke's got like pieces of wood in his body now.
He gets messed up. Josuke eventually figures out that like Kira has a cell phone on him and figures out that like it's his dad that's been hiding around and giving him like their location, so like he's able to trick Kira into sending a bomb into a different way to kill like his dad. Yep. And then like he's on the phone, it's like Kira's like, did I do it? Did I kill Josuke? And Josuke's like, oh, you did it all right. Josuke's able to like get Kira into close quarters, but then Stray Cat protects Kira from what's happening and basically fuses with Kira essentially.
Yeah.
Josuke is about to get real messed up from another air bomb, but then here comes Okuyasu to save the day.
Good boy.
He's like, yeah, man, I saw my brother. My brother was like, you aren't supposed to be here now. I was like, all right, guess I'm leaving.
He's like, I saw the light and I was going towards it. My brother's like, what are you doing, man?
Get out of here.
And he's like, okay, well, I guess I'm going back then. Bye.
So all that happens, and then basically Kira's like out in the middle of the road, and then everyone else shows up, also along with like some ambulances and fire departments because like the house blew up essentially.
Yeah. And this lady's like, "Sir, are you okay?"
Yeah, that leads us to our finale where like this medic is trying to like help Kira and like everything, and they're like, "No, don't do that! Don't do that!" He's able to activate Bites the Dust on this nurse. And he thinks he's able to succeed, but then like immediately he finds himself in the alley, and Raimi's like,
"How did you not talk about the fact that like he said boner?"
Oh right, he's basically talking to this nurse about like just like giving all his like secrets away and everything, and like talking about how he saw the Mona Lisa and how that he saw the hand and how perfect it was, and it gave him a boner, which they bleeped out, which is hilarious.
Bleeped out the word boner.
It's a very funny thing to see when you're watching the end of JoJo with your mother.
Oh yeah, I bet. I bet that was really weird.
Yeah, she's kept me like, what is this show? Is this a kid's show? What is happening?
Oh my god. Which
like, nope.
There's some question if he says boner or erection, because in certain translations he says different words.
Yeah, but like either way,
it's
like
it's the same deal.
It's a weird thing to bleep out because they already had this show rated TVMA, and like they say like and everything like that.
Yeah.
So like I don't understand why you would bleep out that, but I don't know.
We can say curse words, but we can't talk about boners.
Apparently not. So yeah, Kira basically thinks he's outsmarted them again. He's done it again. But then he finds himself in the alley, and Raimi's like, "Yeah, you up. You're dead." And he's like, "No, I'm fine. Nothing bad happened here. That's not what happened." And then basically it cuts back to like what's actually happening in reality, and like you just see like an ambulance just run him over.
Just like smashes his face in.
Like, oh god, get off him. He's like, oh, I'm trying. Just like running him over more and more.
And he's like, I know where I am. I can't look back. That's what I'm supposed to do. And she like shows the knife wounds again. He's upset with that. I forget what actually makes him look back.
He basically thinks he's gonna outsmart her by thinking like, oh, I'm not gonna be able to look back and all this stuff. But then basically she's like, yeah, you don't think I already know that? You don't think I already have a plan to do this to you? And then I forget exactly what she does. She outsmarts him and gets him to look back, and then all the hands come in.
Which, like, talk about some irony. Like, murders women and cuts off their hands, and then he dies via hands.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. So yeah, Kira is now dead. He got smushed under an ambulance.
And then just like completely torn to shreds.
Which we were wondering, we're like, how are they gonna fight this guy? Because he's like, there's everyone around him now. Like, how are you going to actually have the guys win? And the answer is they don't.
An ambulance runs him over.
Ambulance runs him over, which is fantastic.
I guess to be fair, Koichi like helps that happen by like pressing him down with Act 3.
Yeah.
And then the ambulance just runs him over though.
Which, yeah, MVP of this is that everything is going to and Koichi's just like, nope, Act 3, smash down.
And the ambulance driver. Shout out to the ambulance driver.
And the ambulance driver. And I think Jotaro, like, uses the world at one point.
Yes.
So, like, Koichi is seriously, like, MVP as, like, in addition with the ambulance driver. But ambulance driver didn't know he was MVP.
There's a good portion where, like, Jotaro uses the world and like just literally stops for a second right in front of Kira and just like and then just pounds into him.
And then does like a dramatic turn away with Star Platinum. Like the dude is so extra that he like beats the crap out of him and then like dramatically has his stand turn away from him. Like amazing.
Jotaro, you dork.
Jotaro's a huge dork, even though he doesn't want to act like he is.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we have defeated Kira. Everything is peaceful in Morioh again.
Yep. Basically everyone goes and says goodbye to Raimi. She's able to finally ascend and be free of her purgatory essentially. And then basically after that we kind of get like the here's where everyone's at now type thing.
Yeah.
So you get to see Josuke's mom yell at Josuke.
You get to see Okuyasu and his dad at the Italian restaurant. He's trying to heal his dad with Italian
Stray Cat.
Food. With Stray Cat, right?
Yep.
I forgot Stray Cat's there.
It doesn't work on the dad, but like the dad feels better, and Okuyasu's just like, all right, okay, that's fine.
He's like, oh, okay, well, that's yeah. His dad likes gets me.
Koichi and Yukiko have a moment in front of the Angela Rock, which is nice. Also at the restaurant is Yuya and his groupies.
Yes.
They're very happy with everything as well. The chef is like, he expresses that he's looking forward to everyone's next visit. You get to see a bunch of minor characters like walking around. There's like, I think Koichi's mom is like talking to someone's talking to Koichi's mom and talking about how like Koichi's in a relationship now. You see like these ladies that used to work with Kira talk about how Kira's been basically found dead and everything, all that sorts of stuff. The two like minor characters from the very beginning, the lock guy and the dummy guy, are like arguing over juice, and one of them had like the juice spilled onto the other one's big magazine of Shonen Jump.
Yep.
Rohan's doing some hand exercises and working on his next manga, also while having a copy of Shonen Jump on his desk. Alien and his new friend are on the electrical platform, or the electrical thingamajigger.
Tower.
Yes, that thing. And then you see at the very end Josuke, Koichi, and Okuyasu hanging out in front of the store, and they're talking about how Rohan got apparently picked up for shoplifting.
Yep.
And then it ends with Josuke doing a classic JoJo pose.
Oh, but you missed the part where he does the most Joseph thing ever, and you're like, okay, yeah.
Oh, right, yeah. So, before all that happens,
leave.
Basically, it begins with Josuke or Jotaro and Joseph leaving, and Jotaro and Joseph are like talking about how they think like they can leave this place and it'll be okay because they can leave it in capable hands and everything. Josuke shows up and is like,
do you have the picture of my mom that I gave you?
Yeah.
And Joseph's like, yes, right here in my wallet. And Josuke basically is like, good, because I have a piece of it here. And then he's like, huh? And then he heals the piece of the picture and then pulls Joseph's wallet away from him. He's like, thanks, old man. And it's so but like it's the most like father like son moment ever.
True. Like,
because Joseph would have done that if he had that ability.
Joseph is mad at first and then kind of like has this realization like, that's my kid.
That's my
kid. Also, they have the invisible baby as well.
They do have the invisible baby, and Jotaro gets his doctorate based on the starfish at Morioh.
He saw a starfish in Morioh, wrote a doctorate about it, and he got his PhD.
He got his PhD with a dissertation about a starfish at Morioh.
So good.
It's so funny. But yeah, that JoJo pose is A++ at the end. Like that pose is amazing. One thing that we should talk about besides we've already talked about one, but like before we wrap up everything, there are a few things we have to talk about. One, voice cast.
Very good.
Very good.
Of course, one exception, but yes, very good.
Yeah, but like DC Douglas does awesome.
Fantastic job as Kira.
Fantastic job. We have Matt Mercer coming back as Jotaro, obviously doing fantastic. The kid who played Josuke is like relatively new. Yeah,
Billy Kamitz. He plays Josuke. I would click on this, but like the link does not want to open. It's very rude. There we go. Let's just click on the link. But yeah, like I don't think he's done a ton of stuff. He's apparently in Cross Tag Battle as one of the new DLC characters. He's gonna be in. He's gonna be one of the new characters in Persona 5 Royal. Outside of that, he's been in some other stuff, but like nothing I've really like watched. So like I didn't have like a lot of experience with him, but like he does a fantastic job of playing
such
Josuke.
A good job. But also I think it's great that they gave this guy who's like relatively unknown like a huge role here.
Yeah.
Also relatively unknown is Koichi's. He didn't do a whole lot of stuff before this, but I did just look and he's going to be Ota in the new game, so that's exciting.
Like if you watch those trailers, you can definitely hear him in that. But yeah, like you said, like again, like not a lot of roles. Like he's been in, I think, a little bit more prominent stuff. Like he's been in Mobile Suit Gundam Iron Blood Orphans. He was in the dub of One Punch Man. So like some more bigger stuff. But yeah, again, like another person who's like not prolific in like their roles essentially, but like again does a fantastic job with what they have with
And
the
with
role they're given.
Okuyasu's, whoa, he was Vanilla Ice.
Ice Ice Baby. I think he was also his voice actor was the director
Ah.
for the dub and everything. So
Yeah, so it's an amazing cast.
yeah,
Really, really good. Also, um, Diamond is Unbreakable reignited my love of Savage Garden.
it's true.
Because I thought that I hated Savage Garden, and then I listened to this. I was like, you know what, Savage Garden isn't that bad. The only song that I thought that I liked was the Animal song, which is the best Savage Garden song, period. But then I was like, you know what? Maybe it was just because Savage Garden was severely overplayed, but they're really good. And now I have the greatest hits of Savage Garden in my car right now. Also, the opening songs
Are fantastic.
are amazing. Like that opening one, like the first one, Crazy Noisy Bizarre Town, where it's like a boy band, is
a boy band we made specifically for that song.
Yeah, no, but I mean, like they do like a boy band pose with like Okuyasu and Koichi and Josuke, and Jotaro's like, I'm not doing this. I'm just gonna point. But it's so funny. But yeah, they made a boy band for this, and it's great. And the song is fantastic.
When they do the live performance, they dressed up as all the boys, which is very good as well.
They did. They were Josuke and Koichi and Okuyasu. It's amazing.
I think what's real interesting though is that like all of the openings for this series are like just completely different from each other.
Very different.
Like Crazy Noisy Bizarre Town, as you said, is like this boy band type
like
song.
Poppy.
Chase is like a very like rock ballad, or not ballad, just like rock song.
Yeah.
Which is very different from like everything else that's come before it. And then Great Days is like this ballad.
It's not even necessarily just a ballad. It's like a really positive sounding song. It's really exciting, and also then like the unit version of it's just amazing,
which is really good. They literally get everyone back.
Everyone
from the beginning of JoJo all the way up to now. All of the opening artists are included, and that's what they use as the credit song for the finale. And it's very, very good.
So. And then, yeah, it's just a phenomenal set of openings. And then I Want You is all the way through. It's for like a few episodes. And I like that they kept changing the ending, though. Like, as we met new characters, they would show up in the ending. That was really fun.
Just constantly updating.
I really want that one picture as a wallpaper, and I have yet to find it. It's really upsetting. So should we talk about opinions first, or should we talk about Rohan that we just watched?
I would like to mention once again, because I think we've talked about this before, that, you know, you're talking about how Savage Garden was the ending song for most of the series. Again, the vocalist of Savage Garden, Darren Hayes, was more than happy to license their song for the anime and admires the JoJo series in general.
Which is amazing.
A+.
Makes me respect him even more.
Yes. Let's talk about the OVAs.
Okay, let's talk about the OVA since we watched them.
So these are there were 2 OVAs that they have done in between Diamond is Unbreakable and Golden Wind. They are adaptations of the Thus Spoke Kishibe Rohan manga that are basically a bunch of one-shots that have taken place like kind of after Diamond is Unbreakable has happened. They are very kind of sporadic one-shots because I think like the first one was done in, let's see here, 1997.
Wow.
And then the latest one was in February of 2018. Also, they are very weirdly titled because like the first one is literally called Episode 16, and then the 9th one is Episode 9.
When did the first manga of Diamond is Unbreakable come out?
Well, let's see.
Like, did this come before Diamond is Unbreakable?
No.
Because you said 1997, but this takes place in 1999.
Right. Diamond is Unbreakable was released from 92 to 95.
Okay, wow.
So a little bit earlier. But yeah, like these have been a bunch of one-shots that they basically have continued. They unfortunately are not localized in English at the moment, which is a bummer because I think it would be really cool if they did. Like they've done the Rohan, the Louvre one shot basically, and that's been localized. But I think that was because it was involved in a collection. With the and everything. They have been translated in other languages. So like the first volume is translated in Japanese, Italian, and French, and then the second volume is translated in Japanese and French. So it's interesting. But yeah, these are two OVAs that they basically adapted to be kind of in between while they got ready for Golden Wind. They did episode 5, Millionaire Village, and then episode 2, Mutsukabe Hill.
They changed the art style.
They basically tried to change it so it would be more kind of in line with like the art style of the manga, which makes it very weird coming right off of Diamond is Unbreakable, because it just looks so different. Like you immediately see Rohan and like he looks like so realistic. Like not more realistic, but like just more realistic in terms of like how that character was designed compared to Diamond is Unbreakable, and it's just very weird.
And like I do know that he's like 7 years older, but like even still, it's very weird.
Mm-hmm. Outside of that though, like these are some very JoJo episodes.
Yeah, they
regardless
are.
of the art style change. Like the first one is about going to like his editor wants him to go to this village, and like she wants to buy a house or like a property there, and like in order to get in you have to like present proper manners and everything, and if you don't, you basically have something bad happen to you, and it's just weird.
Your most valued things get taken away from you if you don't use proper manners.
Yes. And then the second one just gets even weirder. And it's about like Rohan trying to sell this piece of property he has because he got broke and like invested in this and bad investments, and then learns about this weird mystery about like this ghost essentially that that becomes like this huge story of like this lady who accidentally killed her boyfriend, and then the boyfriend just never stopped bleeding.
Yep.
Even though he was dead, so like she just like kept him up in the house and like would let him bleed every day, and then just take his blood and get rid of it.
Yeah, empty the blood every day. Like one point she has to like drink it to keep her boyfriend like out of the know, which is disgusting. But she just like goes and drains him and sometimes spritzes his face so that he comes back to life for a bit. He doesn't come back to life, but he like looks like he's living again. Also like dies by getting like impaled in the head by a putter.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, very weird.
Also she bones that dead body
multiple times because she has multiple kids with him, I found out.
Yep. Rohan runs into one of the kids and like accidentally kills her, and like sees like, oh god, she just keeps bleeding, this is real bad, I have to use Heaven's Door to make her live, and just like she can't see me, make everything okay. So like he barely is able to do that, or else he would have been like cursed and all this. It's a wild episode. It's
so weird. Very JoJo though. Also, yes. they show the boys.
They do. Like they added those in for like the anime specifically. There are like some scenes where Rohan's like out hanging out with Okuyasu, Koichi, and Josuke. You see Okuyasu and Koichi like speak, and you actually see them, but you only see the back of Josuke. He never speaks or anything, so that's all you see.
Also, for some reason, like it's 7 years in the future, but they're still in their high school uniforms.
Yeah.
So that's weird. Also, like Koichi just looks like a nightmare, and
he looks real weird.
I sent you like 10,000 memes that night.
You did. But like I'd be interested in seeing like them do more of these, or like adapting the other one that I just got is very much in the line of JoJo.
Speaking of good songs, that Coda song.
Yes.
Ooh, it's so good.
Coda did a song specifically for the OVAs called Finding the Truth, and they use kind of like a remix version as the opening theme, and then like the actual theme as the ending theme, and it's very good.
It's so good. I did not realize that's what this was attached to, and then like once I was listening to it, I'm like, oh, Heaven's Door. They even say that in there, like I'm an idiot. But yeah, it's real good. Coda like cannot do wrong in my opinion so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, so these were good, other than like the weird art style with Koichi. Koichi just looks like a nightmare child.
Like I think Araki has like come out and said like, Josuke's his favorite character and all that sort of stuff, and it's interesting that like of the stuff he's done post Diamond is Unbreakable, like that kind of comes back into that world. It's all like focused around Rohan, which
Yeah.
like I guess it makes a little bit of sense because like he can use that to make like his weird, goofy jokes on other manga artists, which he does in like one of these adapted episodes essentially. But
Mhm.
like Josuke is never really seen again
No.
post this. Like you never really get to hear from him. Like the only thing that really he comes back up again is like in the current part that's happening now, and that's just like a alternate version of part 4.
Mhm.
So it's bizarre, but like
Bizarre.
yeah.
I mean, like you even get Koichi back,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't get Josuke. And I think maybe like if it's his favorite character, maybe he just wants Josuke to like have his fictional happy life.
Yeah.
Like maybe that's just what it is, honestly.
Considering all
And
the crap he's put his other main characters through, like I guess we should probably be lucky that Josuke hasn't really had anything bad happen to him.
yeah, I mean, his grandpa died, and that's pretty tragic. But like
Well, I mean, I guess like post like his actual like part he's in.
oh right, yeah, because other things happen to other characters. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure. But like I think maybe he just like cares about him, so he just wants him to be happy.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. But like, um, we've talked a little bit about this, and I have had a long-standing opinion of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and certain characters,
Mm-hmm.
and I am gonna say this, and it's very tough for me to say. Um, Josuke may be my favorite JoJo now.
Yeah.
He may have topped Joseph.
Makes sense that his kid tops him. Wait.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh. No, I mean, Josuke just honestly seems like such a good kid, and he was like I enjoyed watching him in this, and it wasn't just about him in the series.
He's almost like this really good like amalgamation of all of the previous JoJo protagonists. Like, he has the toughness and like just I'm going to beat the crap out of you that Jotaro had. He has like the charisma and the goofy antics of Joseph, and also just like he also has like the niceness that like Jonathan had.
And I think that's one thing that I think is really about Josuke is that he really is genuinely like a nice dude,
Mhm.
and the fact that his ability is tied to healing
Mhm.
is really different than what we're used to seeing, and he's legit always wanting to help people.
Mhm.
And I think that's why I like him so much is he's just like really wants to just be a good boy and help people, and like he just wants to hang out with his bros.
He does. He really does.
And I think he's a pure character, even if he does cheat in dice games and also try and cheat people out of their lottery money.
He's got to have his human sides at some point.
He does, and also the fact that he is Joseph Joestar's kid, like
It's gonna be there.
it's gonna be there. You can't be a product of Joseph and not have some of that there.
It's true. It's very
It's
true.
amazing. There was something I was gonna say. On along the same lines,
Mhm.
and I've told you this,
Mm-hmm.
Diamond is Unbreakable is also my favorite part so far.
Yeah, I would agree with you.
Because it does have like the wildness of JoJo, and you still get the action and everything, but you have that slice of life element of it that's just so fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the characters.
They're very good. It's fun all around. I think like even like kind of coming up to the end, we were like, how are they going to end this? Which was not really something we were talking about when we came like to Stardust. Like I don't think it necessarily overstays its welcome in a way that it could.
Yeah.
Like I think it wraps up in a way that like, hey, it's the right amount of episodes and everything. So it's just all around just a lot of fun and just absolutely ridiculous in the best of ways.
I love it. And it's exciting. I mean, we do have Jotaro and we do have Joseph here. So like we get these these guys we've dealt with a lot in
Mhm.
the past couple seasons, and then like we also get this new kid who's awesome, and it, it was just a lot of fun. It was exciting. I was always real stoked to watch it every week.
Yeah.
Also, I love the art style.
You do love the art style, and you're going to be very bummed when it goes back to more of what it used to be
Yeah, I'm
for
gonna be
Golden Wind.
so bummed because this one was beautiful and it was so pastel-y. Also, it was at the Pepsi sign.
They had a Pepsi sign for whatever reason.
Oh man. I've been so excited to talk about JoJo.
Yeah.
So what do you think? I know we've talked about it a bit, but like I have officially stated my stances on this. Are you in agreement or do you have different thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's probably my favorite now, just because of everything we've basically already talked about. Whereas all of this like this mixture of big action, but also like good downtime and slice of life ridiculousness, and
And you're a big fan of slice of life,
it's
so
true. And just the way that they're able to kind of like um change up the art style, but make it like just fit so
yeah.
perfectly, and all the characters are just very good. It's just a ton of fun. Just a ton and ton of ton and ton and ton and ton and ton and ton 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 of fun.
And you adore Okuyasu, which so do I, but
He's a good boy.
Okuyasu's a good
He's
boy.
a good boy.
Our main trio survived.
Mm-hmm.
It's very good.
So now we begin the wait for Golden Wind, which maybe there will be something upcoming at Anime Expo where they talk about maybe doing a dub of this, but I don't know. Like they are currently 34 episodes into that season currently. I don't know how long it's going to be, so I don't know if that would come into like any issues with them adapting it. Apparently, it's going to be 39, so they would have 5 episodes left. So if possible, they could pull off dubbing it and then putting it out. I don't know how soon like how much of a turnaround that would be, but
We
it
had a
would be
pretty like quick turnaround on Diamond is Unbreakable.
true. But also that series had been out for like 3 years at that point,
Sure.
so I hope that we'll get a dub of this very soon.
Me too. Because I
Um,
don't know what I'm gonna do. Like I've been having like struggles
I know.
being like, what am I gonna do without JoJo on Saturdays?
I'm just gonna have to get into that the OVA of Stardust and watch the weirdness of that.
Oh, that's so weird.
But
We'll
yeah,
just
like,
play the fighting game from now on,
it's
forever
true.
and ever and ever.
I of course interested in Golden Wind just because like we've seen those characters in the fighting games and all that sort of
Yeah.
stuff. There's not a whole lot of crossover between like the other parts, but there are a few. Which of course there are notable characters that you will be excited to see and then get you know. But I think two of them will show up. Like one of them will show up like at the very beginning. I don't know if he shows up afterwards. One of them shows up at the beginning and then through a flashback, and then one makes his return.
I know one of them because the fighting game spoiled it.
Mm-hmm.
He's the turtle man.
Yes,
Yeah. He's a good boy.
he is a good boy, and he makes his return.
Yeah. So I know that one happens. And also worth noting that an interesting statement was made by Jotaro in like one of the last episodes
Mm-hmm.
of Diamond is Unbreakable, that he says that Koichi is the like most dependable guy he's ever met or
Right?
something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? Which I mean, like, cool that he's getting respect because Koichi's kind of like not as respected, but
It's still very weird. It makes sense like why things happen at the very beginning of Golden Wind, like why they
yeah.
are the way they are. But also, it's just such a weird thing to hear him say, like, he's known all these other people who have been very dependable, and just like, Koichi, you're the most dependable person I've met.
And it's like, okay.
Did
cool.
he mean shortest?
Maybe shortest because Koichi is sometimes as tall as an 11-year-old.
It's true.
Oh, I just hit myself in the face.
Oh, don't hit yourself in the face, buddy.
Yeah, I just did. Which like I feel that short life, so I know what you're going through, Koichi. Diamond is Unbreakable is great.
It's very good.
So good.
Yeah, it's. it's hard not to recommend it, even if you haven't. I guess if you haven't watched it, watched JoJo, and just in general, it's going to be kind of hard to go to that.
Yeah.
But it's very good. It's very, very good.
I am bummed that there's not more merch.
Yeah, it's very weird that there isn't, because you would think, it's still relatively recent and more recent than Stardust, but like, not a whole lot of merch for it.
I've been looking, like, I want more merch.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was looking at my wall the other day, and I was like, I have Battle Tendency twice. I have Stardust 3 times. And it's like, Battle Tendency was my favorite up to this point. And I have 2. Like, I need some Diamond Unbreakable stuff. I have, like, the figurine, and I have the Jotaro figurine, but, like, I need more. I have 1 Josuke.
Do more.
Do more merch. Also make merch affordable.
Yes.
Because, like, $100-something figurines is a little painful.
It's a bit much. So there you go. That is Diamond is Unbreakable.
Yeah.
It's very good.
I agree. I love it.
That's going to do it for this episode then.
I got to talk about JoJo.
Now we wait for more JoJo.
Give us more JoJo.
Give us more JoJo. If you'd like more from us, go to seasonlimitcheckup.com or sac.cool is where you can find past episodes of this podcast and other podcasts like Season Limit Checkup and Jared Now Watch. You can also find our other JoJo episodes on the site as well, where we talked about parts 1 and 2, Stardust Crusaders, and the Eyes of Heaven game. Mm-hmm. You can find more from Anne Ladyem at anneladyem.com. She's got columns and reviews. You can follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/animecheckup. That's where we do the Twitter. And you can support us on Patreon, patreon.com/SACOVA. If you would like to support our fun podcast. Next week, it's time to combine some things.
Oh, snap.
Combine some games together.
Oh, snap.
On an old piece of hardware. Let's next week. Let's talk about potentially the last Nintendo 3DS major release.
Yeah.
Persona Q2 New Cinema Labyrinth.
Yeah.
Which I guess if you would like a preview of what that episode is going to be like, go read my review on Crunchyroll. That'll give you a good taste of what that's going to be.
It's good. The review is not the game.
Clarification. So that's what we'll talk about next week.
Yeah.